Native Americans call it Gitchagumi, but we call it Lake Superior. It's amazing. Live from Skywatch Studios in Louisville, Kentucky, here's Tater.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, we're already in the year 2021. Time sure does fly. Hey, we are on our third season on YouTube. Man, I just can't believe it. And you know, many of you people remember when I started on Snapchat. You know, that was kind of funny back then. But hey, do we have a picture of that? Do we still have that picture? Pull that one up. Hey, that was a young Tater, I'll tell you that. But we had a lot of fun back then. We kept it really simple. All right, in this episode, Tater takes a road trip, a 663-mile road trip. Hey, I think you'll be surprised where I ended up at. And look what I have, more driftwood. This didn't come from the Ohio River. Stay tuned and see where I got this piece of driftwood. Get ready. Thank you. Well, let's get things started here. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote a poem about her, The Song of Hiawatha. Gordon Lightfoot sang about her in his epic ballad, The Wreck of the Edmond Fitzgerald. You know there are 5 Great Lakes, but only one is Superior. And that is where my first adventure of 2021 begins, the Great Lakes, the Upper Peninsula, Lake Superior.
Left Louisville, Kentucky at 5 a.m. in the morning. Drove up through Indiana, through Michigan, up to the UP. There was snow all over, except on the roads. I had Lake Huron to my right, Lake Michigan to my left, Mackinac Bridge straight ahead. It cost me $4 to get on that peninsula. I headed straight for a village of Newberry, the moose capital of Michigan. It was a nice little village. I stayed at a quality inn and suites while I was there. It was old, but it was very nice and clean. Staff was very friendly.
The first thing I did after I checked into the hotel was get right back on the road, drive 30 miles north to Deer Park, Michigan, just to check out the big one, the one they call Gitchagumi.
The largest of the Great Lakes, the largest of all freshwater lakes in the entire world. Beautiful. In the summertime, this is paradise. People are out here boating, sunbathing, just like an ocean without the sharks. Thousands of shipwrecks are out there, but I came in honor of the Edmond Fitzgerald.
Hey, what would a story about Lake Superior be without mentioning the Edmond Fitzgerald, the most popular of all Great Lakes shipwrecks? The next day I headed to Whitefish Point. There's a Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum there, a lighthouse, and a beach that I have been wanting to see. Let's check it out.
I'm here at Whitefish Point, and behind me is the lighthouse. And over here is the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum. I drove 10 hours to see this museum, so let's go check it out. Okay, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm still going to walk out on the beach, and I'm going to see where Lake Superior meets Whitefish Bay. "17 miles right out that way. On the bottom of Lake Superior's floors lie the Edmond Fitzgerald. It's in two pieces. And actually it's on the Canadian side. The US and Canadian border runs right through the middle of Lake Superior. Canada's just over there. Should have brought my kayak.
Whitefish Point was a cool experience. It had an old-fashioned lighthouse, and plenty of driftwood. I took a scenic drive around Whitefish Bay and found another beautiful lighthouse. And then drove on to the city of Sault Ste. Marie. That's a border town with Canada, separated by the St. Mary's River and the Soo Locks, allowing the great freighters to pass through the canal there on their way to Lake Huron. Due to COVID restrictions, not much was opened in Sault Ste. Marie, so I headed back to Newberry, the moose capital of Michigan.
My family moved to the Atlanta area when I was 8 years old, and the only good thing about Atlanta sports back in those days was a man named Hank Aaron. As a young boy, baseball players were some of my biggest heroes. As I've gotten older, I've discovered that those great ball players weren't always great people. But Hank was always a class act on and off the field. Hammer and Hank passed away recently. We'll miss you, Hank, and I wish there were more like you today.
As my final evening in the Upper Peninsula was coming to an end, I had one last goal I needed to accomplish.
All right, I'm back here at Lake Superior, and to honor the 29 men who went down in the Edmond Fitzgerald, I'm going to light a candle and make my own little memorial to them. The waves are a lot louder today than they were yesterday, but here I go. It's my memorial to the Edmond Fitzgerald. I can't use a real candle because it'll blow out, so I'm lighting a battery candle in honor of the 29 men. All right, now here we go.
now it's time to hunt for some rocks. All right, folks, it's time to wrap it up here on Lake Superior. Man, this is pretty cool. It's huge. It really is superior. You can't go on an adventure and come back without a souvenir. So not only did I get driftwood and a coffee mug, I brought back rocks too. Let's have a look. Have you ever handled something 1 billion years old? Well, these rocks were made over 1 billion years ago from an underground volcano. 10,000 years ago during the Ice Age, Lake Superior was created. Over time, these rocks worked their way up to the shoreline, only for Tater to come along and pick them up and bring them back to Skywatch Studios in Louisville, Kentucky. I sure hope you guys enjoyed watching my Superior adventure. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm going to leave you with some pictures that I took, and I'm very proud of these pictures. And hey, see you on the trail.